No matter where you live on our Central Coast, a scenic destination is always just a short drive away. Let us recommend one for you tonight. Just up the coast from Santa Cruz is a wonderful spot. It blends Italian tradition, high tech, and some of the tastiest bakery goods you'll ever eat. Let's go to Pescadero. Highway 1 north of Santa Cruz is the scenic way to San Francisco. Instead of civilization, nature lines the roadway. Lighthouses, wildlife, waves.
As you're coming up and down the coast, you have the tide pools, the elephant seals, the whales, several parks. We try to get the people that are coming out and doing those things, and while they're here, stop into Pescadero.
Since the 1830s, the fishing village of Pescadero has greeted visitors who pause at her one stoplight with authentic homemade food.
Barbecue sauces, vinegars, dipping oils, a lot of different salsas and pasta sauces.
Homemade describes the Benedetti's Arcangeli Bakery at Norm's Market.
Well, we were born and raised here. I mean, Dad was born in the apartment upstairs.
Dad is Norm Benedetti. Norm's maternal grandfather, Santa Arcangeli, opened Arcangeli's in 1929. Norm took over in 1957, and more than 20 years later, Norm received a very important message.
Arcangeli is Archangel, and his first name was Sante, saint. So the story I tell oftentimes is back in the 70s, business was not doing too well, and I kept hearing these voices. And then the voices kept telling me, Normie, if you bake them, they will come.
Okay, that led to the bakery. Since then, the breads have put this market on the map. Now, Norm's son Mike is baking gourmet, country-style Italian breads. Dozens of varieties are sold, but you won't believe what goes into their most popular loaf, the artichoke garlic herb.
Most breads that you buy that are, the specialty loaves that you find at different places, they just throw everything into the mixer. But we hand roll these into the dough so they stay together in chunks like that.
I mean, you're getting an artichoke in every loaf.
Right. We try to put at least 8 to 12 pieces, so you're getting between 2 and 3 whole artichokes in a loaf.
And since Arcangeli's bakes hundreds of loaves a day in the small town of Pescadero, many ask,
how many loaves of bread could you sell in Pescadero? I said, well, you'd be surprised. But we don't sell them all in Pescadero.
This is because Arcangeli's bread is known and shipped nationwide. And to keep breads as fresh as they are out of the oven, Mike ships them partially baked.
The bread will be fully baked, but it won't have a crust. People put the crust on it when they get it at home.
And keeping it all in the family, Norm's son John, a local web designer, has taken Arcangeli's into the 21st century by developing normsmarket.com, a full-service website.
I've got the capabilities to build a website that's basically the same as what the world is accustomed to seeing with sites like Amazon.com, Expedia.com, the big e-commerce sites. So it's really evolved from, this rustic, 100-year-old business into this fully modern, next-generation e-commerce kind of thing.
And in the spirit of not straying too far from the old store, Norm is proud of his wine cellar, an institution at Arcangeli's. A trip below is an invitation-only occasion, featuring wines such as an 85 Opus, the Chateau Margaux, and Chateau Lafite.
Oftentimes people will come in and they'll say, Norm, I hear you're a wine expert. And I say, no. I'm a wine enthusiast.
There we go.
There's a big difference between an expert and an enthusiast. And in the old days, before political correctness, we were called winos.
Yeah, exactly.
People from all over the world fly into San Francisco International, and they've heard about our store from friends, from people at the airport while they're picking up their baggage or whatever. They get to talking, and people will come in and say, yeah, we purposely stopped here for lunch.
Bring a taste of Pescadero home from a visit in person or online.